No music this time.
You said no.
I didn't say that.
Did we say Levi?
It's. Hey, the main concern is, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it coming through? Should be.
Hey, yeah, comment. Can you hear us?
What's up, everybody?
Yep, says Big 20.
Heck yeah.
Levi's been stressing all morning.
No, you guys, whoever was pranking him in the chat before, they got him good.
Yeah.
They got him good.
Puffy jacket twins, dude. We already got it. At least they're not the same
That's
color.
That's going to turn into some sus memes.
I'm just jealous right here, dude. I like that.
Guess what, though?
What?
The AC got fixed. I'm telling the people. The AC got fixed.
Yes.
It's the puffy coats. Normally, I'm dying in here.
Normally, Kobe, literally, I've had sweat dripping down my back in the studio.
Yeah. And I'm wearing a puffy. It's been requested that we, obviously have some Rocky Mountain apparel on, hence the puffy consistency. But now it's actually comfortable.
We need to bring these to market. No I'm gonna advocate that we get. Would you buy a Rocky Mountain puffy jacket? I like that.
Anyways. Hey, Jason's Cryptic Channel. He seems to be a common regular now. But we got Seattle this weekend. Again, Chase will be there. Let us know in the chat if you will be there.
I will be there.
Rainy Seattle. Yeah. Seattle.
What's the weather? Hold on. Let me check this.
Yeah,
it changed a little bit.
Because that really
I fly in tomorrow evening.
We have not had a mutter this year, have we? Or Tampa was slick, but we haven't had like a full-blown mutter.
No, we didn't have one last year either, did we?
Global warming.
Yeah.
But
tell that to the 700 inches of snow in Utah and
nice headphones,
California right now. Let's see here. Daily. Oh, dude, look at this. How lucky are we? Saturday is 49 degrees, sunny, cloudy skies, and 24% chance of rain. So we're good.
So that's, seems pretty light.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Although here in Utah, we're supposed to get like a couple feet of snow in the mountains.
Here's somebody just asked, said, hopefully AP gets some redemption. Let's start it off with that. Do you think AP gets redemption this weekend?
Oh, gosh. It's really hard. I mean, even for Tomac and these guys, it's hard to go 2 for 2 like that. I feel like AP, well, I don't know, man. I mean, last week.
Sorry. Just tell me, dude. Just hop on the mic. What's wrong?
Levi.
The number plate's sitting out right now?
Yes, sir.
What about him?
You just don't like it?
Never mind.
Okay, he just doesn't want him out. I see. Sorry, I was getting sign language from the corner. But continue. Plessinger.
So I feel like Plessinger's well, I don't know. Like was it struggles real.
It's okay.
Did he lead all those laps and almost win his first main event? That was Levi, everybody.
Let me help you out a little bit. If he was to get, do you still have him in the top 5? Or would you put him as high up as a win? Like, let's break it down from there.
Could he win? Yes. Do I put him in the top spot?
Is he in your top 5 right now? Do you
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't made my picks yet, but he will be in my top 5.
That's ultimately the question I was asking.
My question is, if Tomac, Webb, and Sexton are all right there, and those guys are all in the same group pack, and it's not AC, does he still win that race and check out by 7 seconds?
So
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
because behind him you did have those guys that were battling. They're riding defensive, things like that. Because whatever, and AP checked out in the meantime. So I don't know. Like,
sorry, continue, finish.
If he wins, like we all know what confidence does to a rider. I mean, look at Cooper Webb in 2019. He had sucked on Yamaha, gets on there, wins the Triple Crown at Anaheim, and then I looked up the stats. He won 4 out of the next 6 races. So it's like once you know, like, I belong up here, I can run up front and beat all these guys.
Makes it that much easier.
It changes your mentality. So, I mean, I don't think AP, because here's the thing though, is like before you start getting up on the podium or even almost winning that race, I think your mentality is like you're not. Like, Tomac is Tomac and Webb is Webb because when it doesn't matter where they start, they're just like, I will find my way to the front. Like, get out of my way. I think AP is now at that point, confidence-wise, where he's like Anderson, where it's like, where Anderson was, where it's like, I don't care if I start 5th. Like,
I know where I belong.
I know where I belong. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm going. He doesn't get stuck. That's the mentality difference between him and a Christian Craig. Mm-hmm. I feel like Christian Craig could absolutely have the speed to lead laps.
For sure.
But right now, when he's starting in 8th place, he doesn't think, what am I doing back here? I belong up there with the top 2 or 3 guys. Get out of my way.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I can agree with that. One thing you mentioned in there was the pack. If that pack wasn't riding so defensively, does he still gap them the way he did? AP, I mean. And isn't that interesting? Because usually if it's a battle between two riders, it seems like they make up time. It seems like they're pushing each other enough that they would catch AP. But it was the opposite. I think once you get that extra rider, it's a 3-way battle, 4-way battle, that they start to work backwards. But
and Sexton was the only rider who was actually making up time on AP. I mean, and not taking anything away from his ride. It was phenomenal. But I say look out. Like if you're and Tomac and Webb and Sexton, like they don't care about Aaron as far as a championship, but they still want that money. Yeah. You still want that bonus check. So it's not like they're just going to let Aaron win because they're like, oh, I don't care if Aaron beats me because he's not going to do anything points wise to it. But there's so
I'm seeing a lot of comments about Chase though, and obviously he just got his win, and there's a lot of assumptions that he's just going to go on a tear. But before we really tackle that subject, I guess let's get to that once we get into our rider stats. But how about we get what's up for grabs this week as far as prizes are concerned. Another quick shout out to the leader of our RMFantasy SXperts group, actually, CRob97. Again, that's impressive. 668. He's leading the entire game right now. He has been for a couple weeks, actually, when I updated our player leaderboards. You want to throw that up, Levi? Give him the credit that he deserves. Shout out everybody in our group, but this top 5 in our group, those are some respectable points, although it's not hard to beat what I've got going on. But
Krista, what are you saying, oh, please, to?
Yeah, you need some context.
Trying to follow this chat. I'm getting a little lost.
How about prizes, though? Weekly, what is up for grabs from Seattle?
Goodies.
So
MSR gear set.
That's not the only one up for grabs. We will get to our meme contest, so please stick around later for that. Magura hydraulic clutch and clutch bleeding kit in second. Fly gear set in third. We've got Bridgestone, Matrix Concepts, Motool, LS2, your own Rocky Mountain, and some Works Connection and a Cheerbies. And then, like I was just mentioning with Rocky Mountain, there are the 90 gift cards to wrap up the top 100 weekly winners.
We walk past the grand prize bikes every single morning on the way to the office.
They need to be ridden.
They're here.
I think I go take them out for a spin.
Honestly, at this point, I probably have more fun on the E50 than the other bikes right now.
Really?
I've always wanted to just ride one of those things.
Okay.
They look fun.
To each their own.
Yeah, people are talking about who's best in the mud and whatnot. Like, it's not going to be a mudder, I don't think.
That's what we were just looking at. I don't think it's going to be a mudder. But Plessinger last week proved that he doesn't need those conditions to be up top.
Okay, so Krista said that Chase is going to go on a tear. She said, oh, please. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't doubt that, yes, he got some confidence, but I don't think that was the one fix he needed, winning that main event. I still think that it's deeper. Like, I still think it's going to be a thought for him. I don't think anything has really changed. Obviously, he's proved to himself that he can close it out. Yeah. But unfortunately, I still think that those thoughts of don't throw it away.
It was a different kind of win, right? He wasn't leading. Mm-hmm. And it was only with a lap and a half left that he won. So, yeah, I think you're right. I still feel like if Sexton gets in the lead this week in Seattle, those thoughts he's not going to have those demons out of his head until he leads like more than half a main event with a lead and doesn't fall.
At the very least, it's got to take what you're saying, like a wire-to-wire dominating win where he just completely earned it. Not to say he didn't earn his win, but I'm sure that wasn't the fashion that he would prefer to win it.
No, I don't know.
But let's talk about that's the past. Let's talk about this weekend.
I will say though that the jealous spectator in me, I would love to see Sexton win a couple more of these things and just
switch it up,
tighten up the points gap so we have 3-rider battle.
We were mentioning that we were just trying to think of titles, yada yada, for this show. And in my opinion, this is, although I'm sure there's some debate over whether it's the best Supercross season of like this decade, it's definitely one of, as far as the championship, how tight it is. And it's kind of a bummer that they did what they did to Sexton.
The only other season I can remember,
it was necessary though.
That was more in past years. That was more suspenseful because last year, let's admit it, after Tomac had that giant lead, you're just like,
yeah,
here we go.
I
would say it was Tomac and Dungey in, gosh, what was that? 2017.
Was that Dungey's last year?
Yeah, I think so. When they were literally like about tied with points, and then that's when Tomac in New York had that weird race where he fell over. Everyone thought he got up super slow, and then it just grenaded from there.
Oh, where he lost like 5 or 6 positions.
You remember Vegas Supercross when Tomac and Dungey were like 5 points, and remember Josh Grant. Josh Grant was trying to bunch up because Josh Grant was in the lead, and he was trying to bunch up Dungey and those guys.
Imagine how stressful that was to be the mechanics doing the points and all that.
I remember Dungey pushed Tomac, or Tomac pushed Dungey a little high in that berm, was kind of playing the game.
I do remember that.
Okay, so there have been recent years when it was just like, it's come down to the last race.
Yep. And I'm hoping, and it looks like it's going to be the case this year.
Well, the thing is, like, Sexton and Webb are not Sexton, but those three, like, they're not. I mean, Sexton, yes, he's 14 points back. He's not totally out of this thing, but he's got some work to do. But I just feel like, each weekend, pending or barring no one crashes, you're going to have the same 3 dudes on the podium for the most part, from here on out, or they have to be. It's really just like, I feel like whoever's going to win this title is the rider that can go the next 7 rounds and not be off the podium.
I think on that topic, I don't even think I have Webb in my top 5 right now. I'm just going to take a chance because, frankly, I have nothing to lose with my points. And if there's a weekend that Webb is going to be off and outside the top 5, I feel like it's this weekend. It's almost been like a long time coming.
Think so?
But if it doesn't, I don't see Webb being off the podium for the rest of the season. If it doesn't happen this weekend or next, I think Webb just has it.
Just based off his history and this year alone, I would say Tomac's more likely to have the weird race.
Absolutely. Right? In our stats, and you'll see it on paper in a little bit, but I think like Webb has been so consistently on the podium, and even only one of those was a 3rd place. It's been 1st and 2nd nonstop.
Oh,
this guy.
His 2019 championship year, it was Dungey. It was a Dungey year. But
I think he's even topping that this year.
You think so?
I think he's got it's straight just 1st and 2nd.
I think all of 2019, his championship year, he was off the podium like twice. It was like the first 2 rounds, and then after that, he just podiumed everybody to death. But Tomac's, look, I mean, look at the stats. Let's get into it real quick. So let's talk about it. First, let's do injuries, I guess, real quick.
Yep.
Marvin Musquin, Malcolm Stewart, Dylan Ferrandis, Colton Nichols. Those are your riders. We'll get into the track map. Don't worry. Should we show the track trends?
Yeah, let's just hop on.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
track trends. Let's get on there real quick. What do we got, Levi?
Contenders again. Short whoops. Very short whoops.
But longest start straight of the year. And
Dominick's got it.
Well, the nice thing about the longer starts is that it's more advantageous for more gates. It's not going to be so gate dependent on a start like this just because you have more room to separate. It's a long arcing 180. So I'm glad to see this start straight where, you're not going to just be.
They have, like you're saying, that long arcing 180, and they don't hit a bull turn for a while.
Yeah.
Watch, it goes all the way around,
90s.
then they hit 290s before they hit their first bull turn. So, because usually that's the trend, right? Although like you might be at a disadvantage in the first corner, you come to that bull turn immediately after, and then you can kind of make that up.
Yeah.
But I feel like as far as where you are at the end with that whole shot line, riders are gonna be there for quite a while.
It seems like a pretty simple layout, but I think the most difficult part is going to be just how the track breaks down, just like in Indy.
What is Seattle notorious for?
Soft
dirt.
It's kind of like that dirt where it doesn't like rut up as much. At least like the races, it's been ruddy, but it's kind of one of those dirts that like it's crumbly, it breaks down, so you just get edges everywhere. Not necessarily like Indy where you're just going to have gnarly ruts so much, I believe. But it's just like everything. It's like Daytona where it just there's just nothing left.
Brutal.
It is brutal, yeah.
Carter says Webb likes Seattle, but if I'm remembering right with our track record, it doesn't seem like he really
there.
likes it. Let's see.
He might like it, but his results haven't.
Yeah.
I think everybody goes back to Seattle a couple years ago when Webb and Tomac were battling, and Webb almost beat Tomac.
Just straight up.
But made a mistake.
Which, if you're basing it off that, sure. And honestly, that's the most relevant even, because before that, we haven't had much racing in Seattle, period.
Right. So, Curtis brought up a good point. Only 2 bull turns in the whole track.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get into it, though. top contenders. Oh, actually, well, you know what? Let's give you some entertainment. Levi, do you have this video that I put on the script?
What video?
Right here on the script.
Is it not on there? I don't know.
I didn't see no timestamps. So
you might be able to. Yeah, you can just.
If you can make it work, just play it. It's only like 3 minutes, but it's
just
highlights from last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta have a little recap.
No, yeah, what happened. I like that. That should help us kind of determine what.
It helps you know what happened, because last year was like Seattle was like a Detroit. It was a wreck fest, and I think you forget about these things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely want to check.
If you get a sec, Levi, if you can find it, if you can get up there, play it.
Just waiting for these ads to go away.
It will be a hot mess, says Randy.
Yeah.
Hoping for it.
Do you remember this?
This was in practice. You did show me that. Brutal. He actually didn't even end up racing. Can we turn that down just a little bit, Levi, the video?
So it is ruddy. So, okay, it's going to be, track is going to be ruddy. Sexton had that gnarly crash. He crashed out in practice.
Oh, gosh.
And that's the kind of mistake that, like, I could see Sexton making.
I don't think that he's 100% clear of those types of mistakes. But that was a rough crash.
Really bad. And then this was Webb.
Yep.
Cross-rutted, just in a simple rhythm lane.
Gets ejected.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Same thing. He's feeling it, as you can see.
So the track already is going to be this bad.
This is all in practice.
Yeah, this is just practice. So I can't imagine the track being anything less gnarly than what we just saw. Here in the main event, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Remember when Marv raced?
Yeah, remember when Marvin raced dirt bikes?
I mean, Tomac he was
again, a very similar, very long straight. It looks like a very similar track.
If we had if we had Eli Tomac of last year on that motorcycle, I think he's dominating again like he was.
Sure. You have to remember that. Tomac's on a brand new bike.
Well, he was on a brand new bike, quote unquote, that year.
Well, for him.
Yeah. Barsha crashes brains out. Remember that?
Ooh. These guys are landing into the face of jumps, too. He is lucky to just get up like that.
So, like I said, man, Seattle always seems to have just
some
those crashes where you're not expecting it, and the track will come up and bite you. So, Anderson, he rolled into, I think, second place in that race.
Wow. So, the last time he found himself up there? Jeez.
Dude, he won Salt Lake.
Yeah. Well, it's been okay. This year, it's been quite a while. Good to know.
So the track is gnarly.
Yeah, you can see it in between the jumps.
It's just a softer dirt, and so you can see the corners don't really rut up. It just
honestly looks fairly good, like fun. You don't think so?
Oh, Mookie, dude, I wish we had him back, man.
I know, it truly is a bummer.
All right,
sweet. Well, thanks for getting that.
Yes,
pulled up,
thank
Levi.
you. So, okay. That being said, top contenders, Eli Tomac. Does he have to win? Like, does it need to stop the bleeding? This is 2 weeks in a row where he has, he lost the red plate, the whole neck thing, and then last week he gave up another couple points to Webb, so he's 3 back. Is it, at this point, is it like he's got to stop the bleeding?
I know I've been kind of a candidate for saying that if he doesn't do it in the next couple weekends, that it's over for him. But the reality is there still is. This is round 11, so we have 6 after this weekend.
This is 6
so
more.
7, including Seattle. That's plenty of time for 3 points. And I don't know. I'm just going to trust Tomac with what he's been saying.
It's plenty of time for 3 points, but that could be 6 points.
Yeah.
And if Webb wins and Tomac gets a 4th, now you're like 8 or 9 points.
Yeah. No,
that's, you know what I mean?
I have Tomac to win. I'll just start with that. I have Tomac to win this weekend.
I feel like if you're Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb has all the momentum. You cannot let him gain points 3 weeks in a row. It just doesn't look good.
It's not going to be decided this weekend is where I was going to get. No. Unless Tomac has an 8th place. That's the problem. Tomac can finish 3rd, maybe even 5th this weekend, next weekend. I think he'll still be okay. I'm not going to like to see that because then it's just still a question of when does he figure it out. But I don't think he's concerned about the long haul unless he has a really terrible ride. He can lose to Webb as far as Webb wins and gets 1st and he gets 2nd. I don't think it's gonna be the end of the world for him then.
Okay. You just can't be off the box, right?
You just can't be off the box.
Okay. Next Triple Crown is Glendale, which is in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Carter Burnside said Tomac has not been the same since the Triple Crown crash.
It kind of feels that way.
It's weird. It's a weirdo season because you don't feel like he's been dominant, right? But the man has won 5 out of the 10 races this year.
That was early. That was really early in the season.
Yeah, he's gone 3 in a row now without winning. But he's still...
He hasn't even led laps the past 2 rounds.
I know.
Which is concerning.
But hey, his track record in Seattle is really good. It's 1-3, 1-2. Those are the last 4 races for him in Seattle. So you look at his stats, his average finish, his starts. I mean, his numbers are good. He just, like I said, man, I feel like it is go time for Eli Tomac. You've got to stop the bleeding, and you need to reestablish, like, I'm the guy to beat.
I think I don't see Tomac being outside of the top 5, probably even the top 3 at the end of this start straight is the thing. And I think that's going to really, really help him out.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to have to worry about battling through the pack like the past couple weekends.
But the weird thing is, too, is like Webb is your points leader, but from a speed standpoint,
not the fastest guy.
I don't think Eli's worried about that.
No. It's
like Webb's only won 2 races. He's led less laps than Aaron Plessinger, and he's your points leader. So maybe he's not stressing. I mean, really, last week, Webb got dropped the same as everybody else by 7 seconds, and everybody moved up 1 spot because Aaron crashed. So really, I mean, is it Chase Sexton that they really need to be worried about? Like, is this good for Sexton that now he's not, like, in the eye of the spotlight?
Well, if we want to move on to Sexton, I was going to ask you your thoughts on although it sucks, I don't doubt that it bothers him. We heard from a few different sources that Sexton didn't totally agree with the decision, but I mean...
I know, but the video evidence, I haven't seen a single person or heard his...
not that he was like trying to protest the AMA or anything, but he was just kind of bummed about it, which I don't blame him at all. But does that put him in a position where he has some confidence for finally getting that main event win? And then if he's out of the championship and there's some of the pressure off on a championship standpoint and he's just purely trying to go out there and win, does he ride better? Do you think that...
No, I still feel like if he gets out and he's got a lead early, he's still going to have the demons in the back of his head.
Yeah,
Shake that demon.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Completely different types of wins, but...
the long game, do you really think that that's a part of it?
Well, dude, now you have to look at it as a 6-round series at this point, or a 7-round series. It's no longer the long game. Like, they're only 3 points apart. You can take that first half of the season and say, okay, sweet, we got to this point. This is where we wanted to be, but that doesn't matter anymore. There's no long like, oh, I'm thinking long picture. You have to look at it as like, I have a 7-race series right now to win this title. It's like 250s. Like, you can't have bad races anymore at this point, right?
Sure. I think Beta 2-Stroke was referring to the 30-round series. World Supercross, not World Supercross, Super Motocross. Jeez, we have too many of them.
If I hear that again.
But
I mean, I understand.
But I get your point with, no, it truly is. You might as well have started the season and only have a 7-round series
at
for
this
Webb
point, right?
And for Tomac. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, Webb said he thought Chase was going to lose a position, so he stopped chasing him, but Webb still doesn't catch, because Webb is still holding off Tomac, and Tomac is riding at his speed, and it's not like if Webb would have slowed down or just rode fast enough to hold Tomac off, like, I just don't see that happening. But I'm sure he wasn't stressed about Sexton going away. Okay, let's put Webb up here. So his track record, we talked about it. So he's only been off the box 2 times this year. It was 8 podiums. He's only placed 3rd once. So it's either 1st or 2nd for this guy.
That 3rd, by the way, was... I just had it pulled up. That was Indy. But so besides Indy, which Indy was just kind of a chaotic race period with all the ruts, this, that, and Roxon. From Tampa on, minus Indy, he's been 1st or 2nd, which is just insane. But
Seattle, his track record is he got his 6th last year. He was 4, 5, 8 before that.
I would kind of just put an asterisk on that, though, because like we were mentioning, Seattle hasn't been a super common location for us. That was during those seasons where he had those bad finishes. Yeah, those were just bad seasons, period, for Webb.
But here's what's gnarly,
he's a different rider, racer.
His last 5 standard round starts are 2, 3, 2, 1, 1. That's in 2019 when he won his title, he was always up front off the start. It was, you know what I mean? So
and he doesn't go down.
That's a dangerous Cooper Webb. Well, he went down in Seattle practice last year.
When it counts.
I want to know about practice. I'm kind of curious about that. By the way, we're going to have Justin Starling call in today. He texted me this morning, And he's on his way to Seattle, but he said he is incredibly sick.
Wish him
so
well.
Won't be able to call in today.
Yeah, I hope. Did he make the main last weekend? Or was he the one that kind of got screwed over with that restart? Did he not make it in?
I am trying to remember.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask him.
Jason Anderson, does he win a race this year?
I have no reason to put him up there. Well, that's not true. He won a heat last weekend. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
Yeah, what's stopping him in the main event?
Like easy, right?
Actually, when you get thinking about it, this could be a good weekend for him with like you're saying, with this start straight, getting a little bit more, opening up the field somewhat.
It's just interesting, though. Like, he's fast enough to where he's just not coming through these guys anymore, or he's making mistakes. But you and I were kind of talking about this earlier. Is he at a point right now where if Anderson starts in, say, 5th or 6th place, is he just accepting it like, wins off the table tonight, I'm not going to try and ride over my head and win just because he's way out of the battle, the championship?
It was an interesting perspective.
Or is money still like a big enough factor? Or is he riding for, I don't know. My gut tells me we're not going to see him racing or riding for
Cowie.
For Cowie next year. Don't know why. I know Triumph's not going to have a 450 team next year, but or maybe he is. Maybe he signs a 1-year deal with them, so maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if he still wants to win races for the money or like, but that's if he starts like a little farther back, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe Anderson's like, hey, I'm a racer. I'm going to try and win no matter what.
Actually, I think it was on a Gypsy Tales episode because we were, well, in short, I'm pretty sure he's been asked this question before, and he's like, no, of course I want to win every single weekend, which I would imagine is his mentality.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like he's why wouldn't he? But you can't really just ride laid back at this level.
Right.
He's definitely he's got to be trying to even be finishing 5th or 6th, but
sure. Okay.
Anyway, my guess is Anderson.
Should we go over Sexton's stats?
Oh yeah, you can pull up his graphic if you want to. Where is this guy?
Well, I don't know
if you want to,
he's probably going to be your fastest qualifier. He's probably going to lead some laps. You just don't know if he's going to hold it together. But hey, maybe that win last week is what this guy needed to tighten things up a little bit.
That was a bad crash.
He's tied with Webbs with podiums. Wrecked his brains out last year. And even with all his crashes, he's only been off the podium. That's the weird thing. He's been off the podium less than Tomac, and he's had all these crashes.
That is crazy.
It's just kind of a weirdo thing. He's your fastest qualifier every week. He's won the most heat races out of all these guys, and yet he is 14 points down. Granted, he got docked 7 points.
Yeah.
It's just weirdo.
No, Jason says, sadly, they can't all be on the podium, which is ultimately the truth. It's hard. No matter what, you can't fit them all.
And I don't know if this is a track that really necessarily suits Anderson's style. Like a really
harder, dry stuff. If anything, that would have been last weekend, yeah?
Yeah. But he crashed.
He crashed in the whoops.
Yep. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, if Sexton qualifies fastest, maybe you're the person that thinks, hey, he just needed to get that next win, and then all of a sudden things are going to go. But I don't know.
Let's look at the best starters graphic we've got. I kind of want to compare some of these top contenders when it comes to starts.
What do we have here? Is Tomac really still
that's including Triple Crowns though? So it's kind of manipulating the average a little bit, but I think it's relevant. So
it's strange that Tomac starts have been good.
Yeah, been very impressive. Hampshire
that doesn't count.
Have as many.
Interesting. Anderson though, you can't be, let's say 7th if you take away Hampshire, 7th in the average start and expect to be battling for wins each week.
Unless you're qualifying 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field, you can't be doing that. You're not going to be making your way through the pack. Now we got best finishers in the game.
Isn't that crazy? Tomac's 3rd.
Yeah. But it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I see it happening this weekend.
Okay.
I think he's due.
Absolutely. Is Anderson just scratching his head trying to figure out what in the hell is going on this year? He went from a 7 main event winner last year to he hasn't even really he's won heats, he's won one of the Triple Crown mains, but he hasn't even sniffed a win. And you're just if you're him and Cowie, you just got to be what do we have to fix to get this ship corrected?
These racers, they are human, and like you were saying before, that could be an option. He could, if this is deal with Cowie is coming to an end and he's just out of this fight, maybe he has lost motivation. That very well could happen. It's hard.
Okay.
He's been racing for a long time.
Well, we basically already talked about Plessinger.
Yeah, we did. Where do you have? You said you got him in your top 5.
Yeah,
Where do you got him?
He'll be up there. I still don't think that if you have an well, I don't know, man. An AP, if you had Sexton, Tomac, Webb, and AP all next to each other right off the start, I'd honestly like this. I'd maybe put AP ahead of Webb just out of raw speed.
I could agree with that.
So it'd be like
speed.
Sexton, Tomac, AP, Webb, and a speed ranking.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at racecraft and who's just going to hold it together, I'd go Webb, Tomac,
probably AP.
Sexton, AP, or tied.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
So I don't know. I put him in the top 4. I think his confidence, he does not expect to finish at least outside of 4th place.
Because who's the 4th place, 5th place spot? That kind of belongs to Roxon.
5th is Roxon and Anderson right
to
now.
Barsha.
Roxon, Anderson, Barsha. Like, those are your 3 guys right now that I'm like 4th or 5th.
And if you ask me, I think AP's like, I got all those guys in the bag.
I think so, too. That's what I mean. So I think he just expects nothing less than to be up there, honestly, on the box at this point.
Fair enough.
Yeah, is Nichols done for SX? If that's the case, that was not a good debut year.
No kidding.
Because next year, Hunter Lawrence is out of if Sexton goes to Red Bull, Hunter Lawrence is going to take his spot. Mm-hmm. And so, Colts.
There's no open seats anymore.
Maybe.
Levi, can we put together you got a little bit more time with the votes on this poll. I guess you got to wait it out. The count isn't up there yet.
What do you do about Barsha, though?
But I want to know people's thoughts on I want to know who the people think are going to win. So let's get the top contenders in there, Tomac, Sexton, Webb. But I see some Barshas in here. And then we got to get AP. Can we have 5 options there? AP, Barsha, and those top contenders? 4? Well, shoot.
Dude, who's going to win?
Yes.
I'll
let you
you got to do the top 3 guys, right? Your 4th rider is going to be, it's got to be probably AP with the most momentum out of that AP, Rox, and Barsha group.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, BS Racer, it's cold in here. We got our AC fixed. We're wearing jackets.
I know, it's nice. But, I expected Bam Bam to, like, after his ride in Indy, I really did expect him to do a little bit more than what he has.
I don't see him doing it unless you see him just demolish qualifying.
Well, is he a whole shot away from a main event win? If he doesn't
away.
have Sexton and some of those guys, like, right behind him?
You know, after last weekend, I mean, he was fighting hard, and Tomac and Sexton still got him back.
Yeah, he's put down the fastest laps in a lot of the main events this
when he's
year.
Feeling good.
Yeah, he did Daytona, he did it at Indy, so the speed is there. Webb will beat Tomac. Don't know if he'll win. He'll focus on championship. Yeah, I don't know. I think AP's healthy, banged up for sure.
Yeah, I think he's gonna ride.
Yeah, he'll be just
normal.
fine, from what I hear. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
pay the bill.
Yeah, no kidding. How about wild card though? As far as stats are concerned,
12th place.
It's an interesting one. I feel like
Let's do the wild card. Then we got to get to our.
I've probably only got one. Yeah, we do. I've probably only got one wild card this year. I have not been on.
Well, when Grant Harlan takes 15th.
So yeah, I don't know if we have plates for
ruins everybody.
Guys.
That's all right.
First pick for 12th. You've got Clayson on here,
dude.
Cade
Clayson got 12th last week.
We should call him again. Talk to him.
That's like
he's got to be pumped.
Got to be if it's not a career best, it's got to be pretty freaking close. He hadn't finished better than 19th before that though, so that's what I'm wondering is like that's a 7-position jump.
Yep.
From 19th to 12th. So
that's crazy. And he had to have. Do we still have the lap chart from last week? Or is that not on this?
I don't recall dudes going down in the back of the pack. Here's the lap chart.
So
we got Clayson. Dude,
he's moving
he just
up,
went from 15th up to 12th and then finished.
So he definitely
So this says he finished 13th. Maybe was I wrong?
Still close. Very close.
But still, dude, that's a freaking good ride.
Around there. I did see on the RMFantasy SX Twitter, somebody was because Uri just after last weekend just went straight to Plessinger.
Right.
But look at how much mayhem was going on amongst.
Well, look at the top
else.
7.
Yeah.
Like in those opening laps, it was chaotic.
Mayhem.
Look at what is McElrath doing?
No kidding. But I think this lap chart is actually a good because these are a lot of the names that we've got listed for this wild card. We've got Cartwright. He finished. Looks like we were
Cartwright
14th.
finished 14th.
Yeah, finished 14th. Before that was a season best for him too. So it's a little risky in that. Was this just a fluke for him? But I guess pay attention to their qualifying, and if they've just turned a new page, then
Privateer
great.
Central now, dude.
How about Craig moving up, huh?
6th?
Yeah.
Was that his season's best?
That was his season's
best. I think so.
Yeah, we forgot about Craig.
I mean,
like he moved up through. I mean,
it's hard to. It's kind of easily forgettable, but props to the man.
Here's the thing, though. He moved up to 6. Good ride on him. But it looks like that's after Anderson crashed. He's ahead of Justin Hill, which he should be. And then AC, we all know, is going to drop anchor.
Yep.
And so,
and with Plessingers, yeah.
It's a good ride. Is it phenomenal? The result on paper looks good, but I don't know if, he's still not riding like he belongs in that top 5 group, though. Okay?
Bloss was another one in there. Had his best finish of 11th. Before that, has a record of 16th, 12th. So another one. But then 17th, 16th, 22nd. So those 3 guys are last weekend right around that spot. But it's like they all just had their career bests all in one night.
Bloss crashes a lot.
Yep.
Hey, is Cole Seeley racing 250s or 450s?
I would imagine 250s.
Does anyone know? Someone put him in there and said, yeah, Seeley for the wild card, but I'm pretty sure
he's racing 250s.
He's racing 250s because he's going to do World Supercross on a 250. That's cool, though. See Cole Seeley show up.
That'll be refreshing. It'll be refreshing just to see the West Coast go at it again.
Poole says he's a 450.
Huh?
Dude, if I'm Cole Seeley and this is my first race back from a long break, I would not want to race 450s.
450s, no kidding.
But
although he did really good.
Said in the Swap Moto Live interview. Okay,
good to know,
dude. That's a good wild card pick. 12th pick.
That's about his spot, and he's one of those guys that.
Trust me, he's not in shape.
Yeah, no, but I could see him getting to that spot and staying there, as opposed to something flukish having to happen. Before we dive into Cole Seeley, maybe I think for an average this guy has proven this season that he's around that spot. It's Wilson. His average finish is 13th. His average start is 12. He's finished 11th through 13th, 9 races out of 14 gate drops, including Triple Crown.
What's his
his average qualifying is 12th. So,
oh gosh.
And Wilson has just been historically him and AC just wild card favorites. So I think Wilson could.
Well, it's going to be hard not to pick Wilson because he's the only one who just has stats to make you feel good about it.
I think Wilson is probably who I run with unless I see anything crazy during qualifying.
Because where does Levi, go back to that lap chart? Where does Wilson finish last week if he doesn't crash out? Where was he at when he crashed?
He's
he was in 10th, right around there.
Yeah, but around that spot, Anderson was behind him because he crashed, so then he would probably eventually get him. I could even see Josh Hill giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, so 10th to 12th is what he would have finished right in that area.
So Wilson,
yeah. And if it's not Wilson, man, I'd have to go Justin or Josh Hill.
The Hills are also very, very good picks.
I'd say Wilson and the 2 Hill brothers are probably your best picks, honestly.
Let me get those up here.
Because Hill, they both have
and
their
come in a package. The Hill brothers, those two
they're
are
riding together. Yeah,
they're just, which is so cool. Can you imagine?
It was I think look, credit to Steve Mathis and those guys. I think they said Josh and Justin both finished in the top 10, which is the first time in Supercross history that 2 brothers have finished in the top 10 in a 450 main event.
Same main event for 450s. Wow.
Just wait till Hunter and Jet just start destroying every brother record. Doing it with podiums. Yeah, I'm sure there's never been a podium, brothers on a podium, which that'll be cool. They did it in 250s. Remember that? Salt Lake Supercross. They both finished on the podium. McAdoo and Hunter had that gnarly last lap exchange.
Yeah, okay.
So that was cool.
If I am trying to pick as far as wild card is concerned, though, between these two, I'm probably
Justin Hill's beaten.
Yes, I think Justin.
Josh.
That's what I was going to get at. I think Justin on average beats Josh there, and then Josh is a little bit closer to that spot. So these are probably
okay. I'm down for that, dog.
2 best picks for wild card.
Okay. Oh,
but you get Seeley in that mix. That's very
Seeley's
realistic.
like that wild card of the wild cards.
Yep.
I would say though that a 12th place for Seeley, probably not a bad spot. Is it meme time?
poll if Feld has Hunter in the booth this weekend. Yeah, do they just bring whatever Lawrence Bro isn't racing?
I doubt they're going to fly him out to Seattle, but hey, you never know.
No, let's just, I don't know, for fun talk about that, because wasn't it cool that they showed that graphic? Like, Jet has some stats to match now. Hunter actually is taking the lead on some of the stats when it comes to the Lawrence Bros.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think Hunter beats Jet in a showdown.
I think Hunter just has this level of maturity, too. Like, he always has. Hunter's kind of always been the one to keep him in check. Jet, I mean. But, yeah, it seems like Hunter is just, you can't penetrate. He is just focused.
Hey, real quick.
He is just zoned
Josh Hill in his last since Tampa has gone 14, 13, 13, 15, 11, 10.
This is Josh?
That's Josh Hill.
Josh might be
better than Dino. Because I would pick Dino. A Dean Wilson that doesn't crash, I would imagine, is beating Josh Hill.
Dean has had lots of crashes this year, though. Josh has been a much more consistent racer.
You think so?
I think, it seems like Wilson.
Props to Josh, though. He's just gotten better and better.
This is an awesome year. He's got to be pumped on it. Just, obviously, he's put in some work, and it's showing up. So good on him. But, yeah, I think I'm convinced. I think Josh Hill is your number one.
You think so? Over Dino?
Pick. Yep.
Okay. I like it.
Is it time for some memes?
Names. Levi face reveal, by the way.
Did we do it already?
We did. He's just been subtly under the radar.
Say hi to Levi.
Yes, I know.
Say hi, Levi.
When I was producing the show, you were generous enough to give me
Doesn't he look like he just came out of Seattle with the mustache?
Oof. That's a compliment.
It's a compliment.
It's a compliment.
I wish I had a mustache that good.
We love Levi. He's been a great addition to the team.
I'm just giving him a hard time over here.
Let's go.
The stash. See, dude? The stash.
But, okay. Meme giveaway. So, Chase and I, and Levi, have put together, and this was tough. There are some good
ones.
Some good memes. We put together our top 4. And this was over the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Got to be 18 or older to win. Got to be in the contiguous United States, which means borders are touching. So if you're in Hawaii or Alaska, you're out.
Personal favorite is number 1, I will say.
Yeah, that one's great.
I wonder why.
Should we preface this with, because I already know Gunny is going to be bummed. I actually think that first one is not Grizz's. Gunny, I hope this doesn't just kill your motivation, because Gunny makes some of the best memes. I'm going to blame this on Chase.
We're trying not to have a lot of repeat winners here.
Yeah, when it comes to a giveaway, we want some people to have a chance.
If the first place finisher is Gunny or Grizz, or if you've won a prize this year, let's give it to go down the list until we get to somebody who hasn't, just to maybe try and share the love. Doesn't mean we're going to be like Chase Sexton, like, hey, you can have the win, but we're going to take the points.
Fair enough.
Is that mean to do, or is everyone cool with that?
Well, we just got to thank Gunny, not Grizz.
Gunny says he hasn't won. You haven't won this year, Gunny?
Oh, now I feel.
Well, now you feel terrible.
Now I feel hey, this was under the
direction.
Well,
then, Gunny, if you win, then you can have it. I don't know which one is Gunny.
I don't think we got one on here because of that reason. That's why I was saying that. Shoot, now I might as well hide under this table. I feel bad because Gunny, without a doubt, is one of the best meme creators.
Spread the love. So everyone gets a trophy mentality? Dang, Chris is just coming in hot.
Hey,
we're just trying to get everyone in some MSR gear is what we're trying to do.
For real.
Gunny,
we'll make it up to you. We will find a way.
Do we extend it to Monday with this?
I think
do we
have
call
to.
an audible?
I think we have to, because these guys, we're asking them on repeat to produce memes, and then they do it, and then we don't give them an opportunity to win. That doesn't make sense.
I'm going to blame you for this one.
Okay, you can blame me. I'll blame you.
Okay,
Crystal will blame both of us.
We're going to postpone it then. We're going to go Monday because of our little error here.
Sounds good. Should we still show them? We should still show them.
Yeah, show them.
Okay,
show them.
We'll
give you guys, and we'll give more chances to more viewers. Yep. One more race is just going to give that many more chances.
2 winners, says Rocky Mountain ATVMC, a.k.a. Nick, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. That's one of your favorites.
I don't think I've seen too many Photoshop fantasy pages. That's funny.
It is pretty true.
That was the stadium. Thanks for that, Levi. That was the stadium after Plessinger crashed.
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, that was great.
What else we got?
Should we do 2 winners?
Levi's favorite.
You know, the problem is that we haven't, I don't even think I included one of Gunny's memes in here. So that's the problem. So you guys be patient.
Go to the Discord. Go to the Discord. Oh, we have just blown this wide open.
We sure have. But
yeah, link to the Discord's in the description.
You forgot to stop the poll.
Even when you win, you lose. Gave Gunny the Sexton deal.
Fair enough. That's gonna be the memes for next week. Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna fix this, folks. We are gonna fix this.
But Krista is right. Summarize it as this: may the best meme win, regardless of who they are. No punishments for doing a good job, and I have to agree with that. So
okay, then it's
with
out
that
the door.
being said, Monday we're coming back, and hopefully we have some entertaining racing to produce even more memes. If not, I guess this is enough of an opportunity to do so. But
is that dial-on, dude? Is that your dial-on? 2323. Dylan, you go to the Discord, so the link to that's in the description. And in the Discord, you join it, and there is a meme tab or like a little. I don't know.
It's a channel. If you're familiar with Discord, they have channels. So you'll join our server and then go to the meme channel. You can change channels. They look like little hashtags on the left of the Discord app. But there's a meme submission one where we miss tons because there's too many to share. Some of them are too not safe for work.
Everyone's here yelling at Levi to stop the poll.
Oh, yeah. See, that's almost the winner for that reason, right?
Okay. So we'll come back on Monday.
Yep, we'll come back on Monday.
We'll do it. Submit your memes.
Gunny, the memes on Race Day Live we should hit them up about that again this week because
we can always submit them.
With Hubbard, we talked to him. We sent him over, and we just didn't hear anything back. So we're going to keep pushing for that because I think ultimately that would be an awesome result for the work you guys put into them.
Okay.
You guys are creative. It's seriously one of the best parts, especially about Mondays coming back, just wanting to bench race, and there's these awesome memes.
Dude, it's been phenomenal. Yep. Welcome to live TV, live production.
Yeah, on a whim.
Some ideas just don't go as planned.
Yeah, I feel like. Hey, I want to know, do you guys watch or consume a bunch of live content? If I had to guess, I don't think so because.
Oh, Kobe and I are going to start. We're going to start doing some trivia between he and I.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have trivia questions that would be good for the show, let us know because we want to do some trivia up here.
And there will be some consequences.
Yeah, and we have decided that. I don't know if Kobe actually committed to this, but I'm going to force him into this. I don't know if have you eaten one of them?
Yeah, I've had one.
Has anybody had the tube of Terror, those peanuts? I've had one.
Oh, you've had one?
The tube of Terror hot peanuts. Whoever is the loser between Kobe and I at the end of the year, the Monday show after our Salt Lake Supercross, loser's going to eat one of those peanuts live and suffer the consequences.
To put some...
George says shave a leg.
I already shaved my legs.
Oh,
oof.
Okay.
I
mean, when you got calves...
you gotta show them off. Yeah, the oil won't look the same if it's got hair all over it. So when you're oiling them up, you gotta have it shaved.
Oh, someone also said Dino's not racing. Supposedly.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Really? That would be news.
Yeah. What did he say? Well, look. Okay, we've gone over the wild card. So remember, check out qualifying. Look where Cole Seeley's qualifying.
See if Wilson's even in there.
Yeah, see if Wilson's in there. Cole Seeley hasn't raced yet, so. Just know that he's not going to have fitness level to last an entire main event. But other than that, what do you got there, Kobe?
Christian's just confirming that, Cole Seeley will be racing in a 450.
I like that.
Thanks, Christian.
Okay, mix it up a little bit. Okay. Well, look, with that being said, remember the link to the Discord is in the description. We already talked about the prizes that are up for grabs this week.
RJ Hampshire's in for the weekend.
Is he?
And he's healthy.
When did they announce that? Racer X, I got to be checking my updates here later on.
Second.
I was just on Racer X, and I didn't see that.
I think Hampshire is above 12th place.
Yeah, he
kind of proved that.
I like that.
But that's good to see. That could mix it up, definitely.
Are you guys locking in your picks? Or?
Ooh, thank you.
I will lock in my picks.
Yeah, you go first. I feel like
you want me to go first?
I feel like I usually
Look, Eli Tomac is due. He has to get it done. He's got to stop the bleeding. Then I am going to go Cooper Webb. Second.
Oh, I see. Christian's correcting himself here. He says he's ready for 250 racing in Seattle, which is what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, it's West Coast.
Yeah.
Duh.
So he'll be back on the 250 gang, but he will be there.
I am going Chase Sexton in third. I'm doing your typical podium here, but I got to try and maximize points. And then fourth place, Ben, I am going to go AP.
Was this supposed to be Webb for you? That was Hill. So.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to go AP in 4th.
Wow.
And then 5th place, you know what, dude? I'm going to go Kenny Roxon.
Ooh.
Starts have been good.
Levi's #1 pick.
And then
do you have him to win? Oh,
I am going to go Josh Hill for the wild card right now.
Fair enough.
Oh, Christian, I know you're watching. You don't have Josh Hill in the top of the drop-down menu. I got to scroll all the way down here to find his name. I can't find him. There he is right there. Okay, those are mine.
Dude,
so
our picks are fairly...
I'm going Tomac, Webb, Sexton, Plessinger, Roxon, Hill for my wild card. What are you going to do?
Dude. I said at the beginning of the show I wasn't putting Webb in there. That's hard to do, but I'm going to stick to it for now. So
Webb's off your podium?
I feel like he just has an off night. I don't know. I got a feeling, an inkling. And then
It is safe, Big Chill, but hey, safe has gotten me where I'm at right now.
Mine's not so safe, taking Cooper out of here. But I'm swapping those two, and then I'm going to run with Josh as well.
So you have Webb just out of
here. Just out of it, period.
You just think he's due for a bad race?
I think so.
I think statistically you're taking a gamble there.
I have to.
And you've got, I didn't
442.
And you got Barcia on the podium?
Yeah.
I didn't put Barcia in my top 5.
Dude, these last 2 weekends have been...
It's tough, man. You take out Barcia and Anderson. Like, you're leaving out really good riders when you do this.
Same to you.
Look at that. George McKinnon. He's got Tomac, Webb, Sexton, AP, Kenny. That sounds familiar.
Hey, AP doesn't go down last weekend. Detroit and Indy were crazy shakeups.
Yeah.
So
could Ken Roxon win a race?
He could win a race.
If the same situation, Ken Roxon rips a whole shot, and he's out leading, does he do it again?
I think he gets past. I think he leads laps.
Do you think Indy with the track let him win more than just all out raw
track
speed?
As well as Sexton was buried, right?
Yeah.
In that race, and I think he gets him. Well, no, Sexton was on his tail right at the beginning, so I'm eating my words. Sexton had his chance.
Oh, that's
and he
right.
went
Sexton
down.
crashed.
Yeah, so, but I think Tomac. I think Plessinger get him if he's going after the win. But anyway,
interesting. Well,
should Levi shout out his picks?
Levi, what are your picks, man? Do you have 5?
I'd go Tomac, Sexton, Kenny, AP, Webb.
You know what?
Webb in 5th?
Barcia, I don't know.
If Webb's going to have an off, he's listing 6.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
If Webb's going to have an off weekend, now that Levi's saying that, I would still probably keep him in your top 5. I don't think he's going to finish outside the top 5.
No. Not when you have the
Levi
best
probably, I should vote for Levi in this poll. He's got better picks than me.
Okay.
And you've got safer picks. I don't know about better picks. That air filter mic, shout out Tusk.
You like that?
Shout out Tusk.
You can find this on the Rocky Mountain website.
Yes, you can.
That's right.
Tusk pop filters.
All right, well, look, is there anything, we got a little scatterbrain there. I think the whole meme thing just threw us through a loop.
Throw us off. I feel guilty.
That's all right. We're going to redeem ourselves on Monday.
I'm going to lose sleep. I hope you feel good, Gunny and Krista.
Yeah, Krista definitely feels good. Okay. Is there anything else we need to mention about this race? It's not going to be a mutter. Tomac needs to win.
I'm not sure about Wilson.
Webb is just podium everybody to death.
Yep. Sorry, they're asking about Wilson, and we're going to have to wait until qualifying. If he's in qualifying, he's definitely a good pick or a good option. But anyway.
Well, yeah, that's all I got. You got
so
anything else?
Supportive. Everyone makes mistakes, guys. It's true.
Did you pick Tomac to win at the start of the year?
For the championship?
Are you sticking with that?
No. I've converted to Webb.
You've converted to Webb.
Which is conflicting because then I don't even put him in the top. But I think even if he did have a bad weekend, that's his bad weekend. He gets it out of the way. And, I don't know. I think Webb probably wins it this year.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway.
Do you think Tomac, okay, last question. If Tomac doesn't win this title, well, he's not signed up for next year's Supercross
Not Supercross, yeah.
Do
you think he's done? Is that what you're going to ask?
If he doesn't win the title this year,
does he come back for more?
Does he even bother re-signing for 2024?
It's hard. Really,
he still has all of outdoors and super motocross.
I can say what I want to say. Obviously, he's the only one that knows. He has enough talent and strength. He's still young enough to to be competitive. It's just whether or not he's willing to take the risks, I guess. I mean, that was Dungy's why he opted out, right? He's just like, this is a dangerous sport. Get out.
I think it was more of a burnout thing for Dungy, but that's why Tomac's kind of switched teams, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
keeping it
clearly
fresh
Tomac can still win. He's won half the races this year. I don't know. I wonder. I mean, it's way too early to be thinking about that stuff. But someone asked where I'll be hanging out in Seattle. I've never been there, so I mean,
give him some spots.
I don't even know what time I'll be on Race Day Live, but I will be at the stadium. They do have a display for the SXperts. When we were in Anaheim, it was like right as you walk into the stadium.
Super accurate as far as size proportions go.
So
anyway, go check it out if you're going to be there.
When I go to the stadium, I'll probably be searching out that little display. But, excuse me, I'll also just be making my rounds, going and talking to riders and everything else and shaking hands with everybody out there that's going to be hanging out.
Send you with a camera. Let's get some. We need the Chase and the tiny mic thing.
Go.
That's the new trend is to walk around with a tiny mic.
Little tiny mic. I won't be at Glendale this year. So, yeah.
Why no one talking about Zacho racing off-road? I mean, dude, made a two-stroke.
He hasn't even raced yet. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
I don't know what he did.
It's cool. I love it.
Is it the back?
I thought it was a shoulder.
I have no idea.
But, yeah, or not. Sorry, Beta. Hey, if we had a off-road show, I'd go on for days and days and days. That's something like, for real, I could go forever. Okay. But I mean, this is Supercross. Let's get the people's opinion as far as your podcast idea. You did ask them if they would like this show in podcast form, but how about content in general? Just anything, stuff like that.
Yeah. Do y'all like podcasts? You guys listen to podcasts?
Yeah. Is that something we should start doing with our ride reviews? Yada, yada.
The show, all the above.
Just literally everything industry-related, new products that are coming from
rider interviews, all the good stuff.
Our in-house brands. Yeah, because we would sure love to do it. So
we're trying to convince the higher-ups to do a podcast. Exactly. That's why we're doing this right now.
Yeah,
we're
I just need some proof. Give me the validation.
Live show is more fun. We agree. Doesn't mean we wouldn't do the live show.
Oh, yeah.
But would you listen to a podcast as well? If maybe you just didn't have the time to watch it live or whatnot.
Christian would do a stats podcast.
We would do that. Mm-hmm. That would be a sick podcast. Yeah. I love that.
Absolutely.
This is your podcast, says Taylor.
In a way.
Kind of. Kind of. But you have to have YouTube open on your phone.
If it wasn't 5 freaking hours, fair enough. Yeah.
Who said that?
Krista, which she's like, there's Rogan episodes, this, that.
Yeah,
are just,
no.
I don't think I can do that.
There is a timestamp. Okay, well, anyway, look, we've held you guys here too long regardless. We always, we'll figure it out. But anyway.
Wish Starling well. Hopefully he's healthy enough to race.
I hope so.
Saturday.
It's Thursday. It's still early, so he's got a few days.
Traveling doesn't help, too, so let him get settled, let him get a good night's sleep, and he might feel a lot better.
We appreciate everybody who has tuned in live. You have 2 days, 7 hours, 2 minutes, and 6 seconds to put your picks in for Seattle Supercross. Absolute blast today. Again, the meme contest, we blew it in so many ways, so we're going to come back on Monday and do that for everybody. You need to play the whole thing.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Deserves the whole thing. But I don't have anything else left other than I hope to see a lot of you in Seattle and say hi. So please come say hi if you can find me, if I can find you. And other than that, Kobe,
that's it.
Let's go watch them race and have a good time.
Absolutely. Have fun.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Good luck, everybody.
I was going to throw one left hand.